Well, welcome to the Hamilton County Coaches Show. I'm Perry Williams. Alongside of me today is Noblesville coach Brian McCauley. Welcome, Coach.
Thank you, Perry. Great to be here with you.
Well, Coach, since the break, the winter break, Christmas break, whatever you want to call it, you've played some pretty good basketball. Of course, we didn't broadcast the tournament here at Noblesville, but I watched all the games and I was impressed with the play, and then last week's game against Muncie Central. Let's talk a little bit about Muncie Central, because that was a big game, because they had just come off. Who'd they beat the night before?
Lafayette Jeff.
Lafayette Jeff, which is a good basketball team there. So with a winning record, so that was a big win for them. Then to come in here, I figured we were going to have our hands full. We did.
Yeah, we did. As you mentioned, it started out, we had a tremendous holiday tournament. Obviously, we were disappointed to lose in the championship. Lawrence Central is a very good team, and we had our chances. We were down 1 point early in the fourth. Had opportunities, but just didn't quite execute well enough. But prior to that, a really good win over Northridge. Northridge is a quality team, and we beat them in overtime and found a way to win. Had some great performances by several players, and then we went on the next day and beat a very good Columbus North team. Really proud of that effort. Made crucial plays down the stretch, and we had a charge by Egan Keever Hill, the charge taken to get possession back, and then obviously George Schmidt hit a shot to win it.
Yeah.
However, those were two winning plays, but a couple possessions before that, Xavier Hines made probably about a 19-foot jump shot to tie it up. So everyone contributed. Zach Johnson made some plays. Alex Hunt was big that night, and Brendan Fisher was crucial. So just a great team win against Northridge and Columbus North. And then to come and play Lawrence Central, we were up 2 at half, 20-18, and we really should have been up a few more points if we would have executed a little bit better offensively. And then got down a little bit in the third and came back and down 1 going into the fourth. So then they got a little bit of separation, but they're a quality team, and they will have success this season. But I thought that game we had an opportunity to win. We were disappointed, but hopefully it's something we can build on. So then we prepared for a week and really focused on getting ready for Muncie Central. As you mentioned, Muncie Central beat Lafayette Jeff the night before, scored 81 points, and that was a track meet. It was a run and gun.
Just like the good old days in the North Central Conference.
Good old days in the North Central Conference. It looked like Ray Pavey and Jimmy Rell out there just chucking it from the cheap sheets. And I'm telling you what, they were letting it fly.
Yeah.
And we knew that that wasn't the type of game we wanted. And so it was really, I think, difficult for Muncie Central to adjust. They did a pretty good job. I'll give them credit. But they played teams like that before. Delta is an outstanding team. Beat Muncie Central by over 20. They played Delta. They played Guerin Catholic. They played Logansport. And so they knew that that was probably the type of game that it was going to be. And so we made some plays, and I got some guys to highlight, but go ahead. Anything stand out in your mind on the Muncie Central game?
The Muncie Central game, I just thought, you got good bench play from Alex Hunt coming off the bench there, especially down the stretch in crucial times. I don't think we can say enough about
Egan Keever Hill.
Egan Keever Hill. I mean, he does an outstanding job. I mean, I was in double figures, right, in points, but the game he played and the way he helped control that tempo, because you could see all through the game Muncie Central wanted to run. I mean, they got some thoroughbreds out there. That Bass kid, a freshman, he's going to be a good one, and they're well coached, and that's the style of play Muncie Central wants to play. So sometimes when you have great athletes like that, it's kind of hard to get them down, but I think we controlled the tempo pretty well.
We did. I thought we did a great job of really executing offensively and defensively. I thought our defense was really solid throughout the game. We held them to 33% from the field, and really proud of that.
Yeah.
And we had 8 offensive rebounds. So I thought defensively we were very sound, and that was a lot due to the preparation that the guys put in throughout the week. And then And then individual performances I thought were outstanding. As you mentioned, Alex Hunt scores all 5 of his points in overtime, and those are 5 huge points that really help us secure the win. I thought that Zach Johnson got in foul trouble in the first half, but he came back and had a tremendous second half. He ended up with 19 points. Egan, as you mentioned, Egan Keever-Hill had 12 points, was really consistent throughout the game, and then ended up with 10 assists. And we had him for 1 turnover. So 10 assists and 1 turnover and 12 points.
Those are the kind of numbers you like to see.
Those are
right?
tremendous numbers. He had 2 deflections and 2 steals and a big charge taken.
Yeah.
So just a very, very good game. I think Xavier hit a couple crucial baskets for us in the fourth quarter. He had 2 jump shots right at the top of the key to tie it up. And then Jordan Schmidt, with his activity, he had a game-winning offensive rebound. He was 30 to 48 in regulation, and Zach Johnson missed a shot. He came in and got the offensive rebound and kicked it out to
Which
Egan.
is a big time.
Oh, huge, big time play. If he doesn't get that offensive rebound, then the chances of us winning are a lot less.
Yes.
And so we got the ball reversed to Egan. Egan drove in. They helped up, bounced past to Zach, and Zach laid it in. So now it's 40-40. And they get the last shot, and we had great defensive rotation. Alex Hunt and Alex Hancock got out, and then Jordan again came in on a defensive rebound, and we got the stop we needed to send it to overtime.
Yeah, because I coming down that stretch, and you're playing a lot of offense, defense, taking Xavier out when you're on defense, but the length of Hunt and the sheer power of Hancock inside is really tough. And I thought you did a good job adjusting in that game because we didn't shoot the ball really well from the 3, okay? But we did a great job pounding the ball inside, okay?
We did.
And when we get 25 plus shots inside, we shoot a pretty good percentage, which naturally that's what you should. That's one of the things I'm sure that you stress all the time. I mean, the 3-pointer's great when you're hitting them, but if you're not hitting them, you got to figure out another way to get the ball and score, and that's exactly what you did.
Yeah, in the fourth quarter we were 7 of 8 inside the paint, so that was a big statistic for us and our guys. We didn't settle. Obviously, we're a very good 3-point shooting team, but what presented itself was power lay-ins and shots at the basket. So our guys took advantage of that, and we needed every one of those to tie it up and get it into overtime. We were down 6 points early in the fourth, so our guys did a good job of keeping their composure. We went to we changed our defense, a couple possessions, got 2 turnovers, and that resulted in us getting right back into it. We were down 6, as I mentioned, going into the fourth, and we scored the first 6 points of the fourth quarter to tie it up. And then we took the lead with 3:28 to go.
Yeah, because that was a big momentum shift coming out that fourth quarter.
It was.
And the one thing about for years you always hear the comment coming out after halftime, those first 3 minutes of the third quarter. But anytime you can do that in a ball game, like the fourth quarter, come out there and score, a 6-0 run late in that ball game, is huge.
It was the game.
Yeah,
it was the game.
Yeah.
If we don't go on that run, then the advantage is obviously to Muncie Central. They've got control of the game. They have possession. So it was to our advantage to get back into it, and we did it very well with changing of defense twice, and then just made some nice plays. And then offensively, we were very efficient. Zach Johnson, as I look here, Zach Johnson scored 4 of his 19 in that stretch, and then Egan Keever-Hill had a lay-in as well. So that was a big stretch for us. It got us back into a one-possession game, and we were able to score with 55 seconds to go. Again, a nice bounce pass by Egan, a lay-in by Zach, ties it up at 40, and that allows us to get a stop there on that last possession. And we ended up scoring first in overtime. George Schmidt made a nice block out. If you remember, Reggie Bass, 34, went over the back, and Zach Johnson got 2 free throws. So that gave us kind of the control of the game from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Coach, that was a great win. I believe, playing probably the best basketball we can right now. I mean, we can get better, but we're on the up.
We're climbing.
Okay, you were climbing, and we're climbing pretty quickly. Got a tough game, conference game coming up here with Zionsville, and we all know Isaiah Thompson, a Purdue recruit, been highly recruited and talked about. He's a scorer, okay? Let's talk a little bit about that Zionsville game, because, you know, it could be, it's going to be a good one. I mean, they're riding along 12-3, but they've only lost by two teams, because Cathedral's beat them twice, which is a very good Cathedral team, and of course Carmel beat them early. And those are two great basketball teams, and that's the one thing that sometimes people miss. You know, we love to win, okay, but you know, in taking an example of that holiday tournament there, playing those games in a sectional format type thing, and playing Lawrence Central in a final game, okay, a team that's a very good, talented team. I mean, a lot of people in the Indianapolis area are talking about Lawrence Central, so Zionsville will be that same type thing. So let's talk a little bit about Zionsville and some of the things.
Yeah, Zionsville is an outstanding team, and they're having an outstanding season, as you mentioned. They're 10-3. As you mentioned, they've lost to only two teams, Cathedral and Carmel. Carmel, as we all know, is a very good team. They have talent, and they're undefeated right now. And that was the first game of the season. So both teams are trying to feel things out and work through the kinks and work the kinks out. But and then they've lost to Cathedral. Cathedral obviously has Armand Franklin and a host of other guys. The first game, it was a 7-point game on a neutral court, and then their last matchup was in the Richmond Holiday Tournament, and Cathedral just nipped them by 2 and double OT. So Zionsville is very fast. Isaiah Thompson is
quick.
One of the fastest guys with the ball in the state, I believe. I mean, he's very, very fast. There's a reason why Purdue wants him to play in their program. And then they have tremendous other players as well. Thompson is obviously very good, averaging 25 points a game and 4 assists a game and 2 steals a game. But Nathan Childress is a big body, very athletic player. He's averaging 15 points and 6 rebounds. Hogan Orball in the middle of their defense, averaging 6 points. And Brandon Vernon, a move-in from Pike, you know, great move-in. He's a big body, and he likes to shoot it from the perimeter. He's averaging 9. Widener, averaging 5. Scales is a very good athlete for them. Number 22, averaging 7 points and 7 rebounds.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then Venata, also a big contributor. So they have multiple weapons. They've won, well, it's probably been 2 or 3 sectionals in a row, so Sweet 16. So they know how to win. They've had a lot of success. And both teams will be familiar with one another.
There's no secrets in there.
There won't be a lot of there won't be a lot of secrets. So it'll have to come down to execution and effort on Friday night. And our guys, we really want to put forth a great effort and do our very best.
Absolutely. Then this is a back-to-back week, but we only want to take them one game at a time. So, but you know, we're a little over halfway. Okay. This is the time when you want to be playing good basketball, which we are. I think that most definitely this senior class are becoming very, very good leaders. Okay. What's your assessment of where you are and what you feel is going forward?
Yeah. Well, I'm excited about this group. I'm pleased with the growth that they've made and the progress they've made as players and as young men. And it's, you know, high school is a tough time, and there's a lot of change and there's a lot of peer pressure, and our guys have had to deal with all that, and no one's perfect, and we've certainly had to learn from our mistakes. But I'm proud of their growth, how they've come together, how leaders have emerged, and you know, I had the thought recently, like, man, I'm going to miss these guys when they graduate, and that's a great thought as a coach when you can say, man, you can recognize already that you're going to miss them. And so I've had that thought, and we need to continue to improve. We still have so much room for improvement.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's crazy. And I know most coaches can say that.
Yes.
I know that Zionsville is saying that as well. But I'm excited about how we can get better. And most players don't think this, but practice is the most important time of the week.
Oh, absolutely.
And so I'm hoping that as coaching staff, we can help them get better in practice and then go into games and allow them to execute and help them to be confident in what they want to do and what we want them to do. So I'm pleased with our progress. We're not where we want to be, but we're on the right path, I feel. Now, at any given moment, that can change very quickly.
Oh, absolutely, because they're young men. I mean,
And so I hope that we can keep making smart decisions on the court and off the court, and hold one another accountable and make the right choices. And our schedule's very good, as is Zionsville's.
Oh, absolutely.
And as is most teams around this area. But it's preparing us, and it's helping us improve. And so we can't get too caught up in the wins and the losses. All important. We just got to keep plugging and keep trying to get a little bit better, and hopefully, reach our potential, which I think our potential is a very high ceiling with this group.
Because you still got 5 conference games left.
We do.
I mean, we still got a lot of conference and non-conference games. We've got a lot of good teams we're going to play.
Oh, yeah.
So the prep is there. We want to do good. We want to grow. Ultimate goal is to have a very good season, but also go in and make some noise in the sectional.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always a carrot out there for the players, and that's a great thing about Indiana high school basketball is the tournament's not seeded.
Yeah.
It's a blind draw, and it's a fresh start for everyone, and that's why it's so exciting. And there's nothing better than Indiana high school tourney basketball, in my opinion. And obviously, we have a very, very competitive sectional. And if you can win our sectional, I think you have a legitimate chance to win the state championship. And so I know each team in our sectional is vying for that. And so we're on that path, and the coaching staff believes in these guys, and our players are starting to, I think, to believe in themselves. And so we got another opportunity to grow on Friday and Saturday.
Sure.
Another very good team, so that's what it's all about.
All right. Well, don't forget, fans, we will be broadcasting both games at the Mill here. It's a boys and girls doubleheader, and I kind of enjoy that sometimes, Coach. That's really kind of nice for the student body and for you guys and all that stuff. So it's a great opportunity, and so we'll be on the air with the girls game about 5:50, and then they'll start at 6, and then you'll follow right after that. So it should be a fun night here at the Mill. So thanks a lot. Coach, appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Perry.
For taking time out of your
pleasure.
busy schedule. Thank you.